Hey, what's going on, folks? Your boy NaptownBorn coming back at you. Figured if I was gonna go through all the effort of putting my ass in that contest, I might as well come on and make some vids about some shit. So let's talk about a fight that's already happened. Just because I saw it and I felt like I wanted to talk about it. Ramos versus Valdez. First and foremost, I don't agree with the scorecards. I do believe the right guy won, but I don't agree with the scorecards. Ramos is definitely flashier, but I don't think out of the 10 rounds fought, I don't think you can give any less than 4 to Valdez. And I really had originally thought Ramos was going to just steamroll this guy. I think I'd predicted a knockout in the 5th or 6th. I think it was the 6th. I thought that's what was going to happen. It ended up going to decision. But they had the fight like 98, 92 and shit like that. I just didn't see it. I had 6 rounds to 4. That's what I had it. So what, 96, 94 is what I had it. And I thought that's as much as I could give to Ramos. I mean, I DVR'd it and watched it a second time and I came up with the same score. 6 rounds to 4. I just don't know where these 98, 92 scorecards came from. Or was it one? It was the one that was 98, 92, and then what? 2 of them had 97, 93. It just seemed to me like they were looking for a reason to give Ramos rounds when perhaps maybe he didn't deserve a couple of them that they gave him. It's not that big of a bitch. I mean, it's not like my scorecard would have been that far off from theirs, right? But I felt it was a closer fight than that. I ended up being pleased because I got to see Ramos presented with a problem he couldn't outright solve in Valdez. It may not have been a big adjustment that Ramos made near there in the last 3 or 4 rounds, but it was enough of an adjustment for him to start winning them rounds again. It was enough of an adjustment for me to say, alright, he's doing the right thing. He's taking the next step up. Figured out he can't get this guy out of there early like he looked like he wanted to. Started letting his hands go a little bit more, and then came away with the victory. I appreciated seeing a guy like that who has potential be presented with a problem that he couldn't figure out right away, and then have to adjust to it. It's a skill that he's going to need when he gets up to the higher class opponents. You know, it's downright fact. You're going to need to have to deal with lots of problems, because lots of people at the top class can adjust themselves, so you're not always going to have the same style. Even if you think you're going to go in with a fighter who fights the same style every time, you may do something a little different. It may throw you off your game. So if you're presented with that now and you can still walk away with the victory, then all the better for you and the prospect of your career. He's more than a prospect now, though, isn't he? Anyway, I didn't get to see Aurelius versus Hernandez. I know Hernandez won by TKO. I thought he was going to win by decision, so that surprised me. But whatever. And then I haven't got to see the Zelita fight, but I did pick Zelita to lose. And last night I was trying to get the results and I couldn't do it, so I guess I'm going to go look that up now and see what happened there. What else? We had a fucking right before I decided to make this video, power went out for a minute here. There's a big ball of green flame looking shit coming from outside the window. I went outside and looked, fucking transformer blew. Piece of it went in the neighbor's yard and he was out there fucking breaking up ice and shit. Almost hit him in the head. Yeah, and I called them power company. They still haven't been brought out here to fucking look at it. Isn't that crazy? Should be coming to check that shit out. It looks all crispy and charred and fucking brown up there on the wires. What are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? Oh well. I mean, I think Judah's gonna get knocked out by Kaiser Mabuza, but I want to do a whole nother video about that. I know I didn't give my thoughts on Tim Bradley and Devon Alexander, and maybe it's a little late for that. I really don't give that much of a shit. I can only do videos when I feel like doing them. I will say the Bradley-Alexander fight went just about as good as I thought it was going to go. I wasn't one of the people who thought it was going to be a big, explosive, action-packed super fight. I thought it was going to be fairly regular. If you remember the end of my last video, I even said, let's hope it's going to be a better fight. Or let's hope it's a better fight than I think it's going to be. And it wasn't that great of a fight. It wasn't a bad fight, though. I think people just got mad because, again, the hype around it was so big. And then we expected fireworks, and all we got were whippersnappers. Devon Alexander's lucky, though, to me. To me, Bradley could have owned him even more if he'd have been on Bradley's normal game. But he looked like he was winging shots in there. He got wild more than I thought he was going to get wild. And looked like he was trying to put too much power in those shots. And almost looked like he was trying to knock Devon out, but I never saw that happening. I just didn't understand Bradley there for a minute. He kind of puzzled me. I didn't expect him to fight quite like that, but I think Devon, if he'd have had a mind to win, he could have won the fight. Bradley was there for the taking. He was open all night. He was there for the taking. Even that uppercut was there for Devon, and he just didn't let it go. So, I mean, you got to give credit to Bradley. Bradley went out there and won. Devon went out there and lost. Plain and simple. Early stoppage, Devon bitching out or not, headbutts or not, Bradley won. And should be Bradley Khan next. You know, we'll see what happens with that. I can say right now, as of right now, if I were to do a prediction video right now about Amir Khan versus Timothy Bradley, I would be heavily favoring Amir Khan right now, but I don't know. I'm going to go watch some of their fights over and over again for a while before I do a prediction on that. Because I just I don't want to take the Alexander fight and automatically assume that that's how the Khan fight's going to go with the way Bradley fights, you know what I mean? And I don't want to take the Maidana fight and assume that that's how Khan's going to fight either, because I didn't expect Khan to fight like that in the Maidana fight, and I didn't expect Bradley to fight quite like that in the Alexander fight. So I really don't know. You know, I'm not comfortable rating Khan number one in the division until he beats Bradley, simply because Bradley's put in the work to deserve the number one spot. So I would give it to Bradley. Right now, I would say number one's Bradley, number two's Khan, number three's Maidana. And then, I don't know about number four. I'd say the top three right there would be who I'd pick in the 140. Would be my top three guys. Bradley, Khan, Maidana. Speaking of Maidana and the Morales fight, no interest. No interest whatsoever in that fight. None. None. Absolutely none. And I can only assume it's just for the money, and even still, no, I probably won't watch it. I probably won't. I have absolutely no interest in seeing that fucking destruction. What if Morales? What if Morales? I ain't hearing that shit. Morales was great, future Hall of Famer, but this is 140 pounds Marcos Maidana we're talking about. I don't give two shits about this fight, except for the fact that I do give a shit because it shouldn't have been made. But anyway, this is NaptownBorn. Deuces.